Hi everyone, Christina here. Welcome to day 20 of the holiday card series for 2018. I can't believe we're already at day 20. Today's card is a really fun one featuring some Finetec pearlescent watercolor paints as well as a really awesome stamp set from Gina K Designs. When I saw this stamp set, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it, and I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. So this is the stamp set from Gina K Designs that I was talking about that I absolutely love. This is the A Very Merry Christmas, and I love the calligraphy and how the words are shaped like ornaments and trees. I just think it's really, really fun. So I'm going to start out by prepping two different pieces of black cardstock. I'm going to be creating two cards today just because I can, and I always need additional cards for the holiday season. So I'm cutting down some black licorice twist cardstock from Basil, and then I'm prepping it with an anti-static powder tool. I'm going to be stamping those calligraphy designs from the stamp set and then heat embossing them. So I'm going to be using the two circular stamps, and I'm going to do both of these the exact same way. So I'm just going to show you the first one. After I prepped my cardstock with an anti-static powder tool, I placed that stamp mostly in the center of the cardstock, a little bit more near the bottom, and then I inked it up with some Versamark ink. Now I mentioned I was going to do some heat embossing, and this is my favorite ink for heat embossing because the Versamark ink stays sticky for quite a bit of time, so you don't have to rush to apply your powder. You can take your time. So I'm applying some Burtis Monroe Alabaster embossing powder. This is the white embossing powder from their line, and I'll tap that off, get rid of all the excess powder, and then heat set that with my heat tool. So like I said before, I did the exact same thing for the other circular design, and then I used my fingertips to wipe away any of that anti-static powder that was left behind. Now I'm going to be doing some watercoloring on top with these pearlescent watercolor paints. I'm not adding a ton of water, so I'm okay using some black cardstock, but I wouldn't want to add a ton of paint on this black cardstock. If you're going to be doing a ton of painting, you might want to use watercolor paper. But since today I'm just using black paper, I'm going to just a little bit of paint, and I'm going to make sure that as I work with these paints that they're not too watery. I want them to be rather thick. I don't want them to be really, really wet and eat away at this cardstock. So I'm going to be painting the colors over the top of this embossing, and the embossing powder, the melted embossing powder, will resist any of the color that's on top. Now you will notice that some paint does stay on top of the embossed lines, and that's just kind of the name of the game. These paints are more opaque than like a transparent watercolor paint, and so they will sometimes be on top of the embossed lines, but I'll show you what to do with that here in a minute. So I've sped up the video process just so you can see the entire thing. I used some blue and teal and a little tiny bit of gold on this first one. And then for the other card, I used more of this red-violet shade and then a rose red. Just two different shades of red. I thought that'd be really pretty, and it turned out really great. So after I let these dry, and I also sped up the drying process with the heat tool, I came in with a baby wipe, and this baby wipe is not super, super wet. I let it sit out a little bit, so it's just a little damp, and then I gently wiped over that area, and it took just a little bit of that paint right off the surface of those embossing lines, and it cleaned it up a little bit, and you can see I didn't take off a whole lot. I'm going to show you a little bit. Not a lot came off. I just wanted to brighten up those white lines. I then took the gold paint that I used on the first one, and I'm putting a little puddle on the edge of an acrylic block and then splattering it off the side. This gives me a little bit more of a controlled splatter. I did the same on the other one, but I used the silver pearl color instead of gold. After I removed the tape, I trimmed these down so that they were a little smaller than a standard size card, and then I used my T-square ruler and a pencil to draw in a vertical line. This is going to be the string that is holding the ornaments up. I then took a number 10 bold jelly roll pen, and I used that right over that line, and I took my time coming down and drawing a very straight line coming down to the center of this ornament shape. And to make it look even more like an ornament, I'm going to draw some loops coming out from where it meets the ornament. And this is going to be like the bow that's on top of the ornament. And this bow doesn't have to be precise or in any particular way. I just wanted it to read like an ornament with a string tied on the top. I'm going to do some little curly cute ends on the string just so it looks a little bit more whimsical as well. So I'm going to do that to the other card also. I then prepped my card bases, and they are made out of some Neenah Classic Crest Solar White 110-pound cardstock. Just scored them at 5.5 to create top folding cards. Then put some foam adhesive on the back of each one of these watercolor ornament pieces and press them down onto the card bases. So this is basically a finished card. I think you could also add some sequins if you wanted, but I just kept it pretty simple. I'm going to give you a close-up shot of these. This pearlescent paint is just beautiful. You can see a little bit in the light there, how it shimmers from one color to the next, right over all of that white embossing powder. Seeing these cards on camera or in a photo do not do them justice. The shimmery pearlescent paint from the Finetec palette is phenomenal, and it really does make this card design. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to put a couple videos on screen for you to check out before you go, and these are going to be the Day 20 cards for the years 2017 and 2016. And if you want to see the ones from years even farther back, I'll have those listed down below in the video description. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and share this with a friend if you loved it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on Wednesday for Day 21.